This video is showing you what sunscreen looks like under UV light. Did you know that sunscreen is basically melanin? What black people are born with is what they put in a bottle to protect their skin. So basically, melanin is our natural body's defense. It absorbs the sun UV rays while protecting our cells from damage. And the only thing that sunscreen does is copies that process. It's basically made to block and absorb the same rays, but is using chemicals and shit. Basically, sunscreen is just synthetic melanin. What black people are born with is what other people have to put in a bottle to protect their skin. It's melanin in a bottle. It's basically science trying to imitate what nature already gave us. And even though our skin carries that built-in protection, we can still use sunscreen to add that extra layer of defense. So next time you're putting sunscreen on your face, just remember, you're rubbing on melanin to protect you from the sun. Love yourself, black people. You are something special.
This is amazing. This is just amazing. Look at this.
No ways. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh my God, girl.
This is just.
No, that's unbelievable.
This is. No. I saw the.
That's insane.
Man kann sich vor allen Dingen in dieser Kamera auch sehen, ob man das gleich mit beteiligt. Okay.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, Rakwakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawa coming at you with no lesson. Today's lesson, I want to go into the uniqueness. Not the uniqueness is a proper term, sure, but I don't think it is as proper as it should be, because I think it goes more into just unique. All right, I think it goes more into I guess exalted, like we are exalted comparatively. Oh shit, I forgot. Comparatively, we are exalted above all nations, not by ourselves, but by Yahweh, BaHashem, Yahawashi. And that is what I thought, that's a very beautiful thing. And the reason why we are exalted is not because of our current social standings, but but objectively so, because of our spiritual standings with Yahweh, BaHashem, Yahawashi. Okay, so simply because Yahweh, BaHashem, Yahawashi puts us on the same plane as, I want this person to be this good, I want this person to be X, Y, and Z and whatnot, rather than Slocky, bear with me. Rather than just thinking that, this person, I want to leave this person to this thing and whatnot. Instead, what the Lord does is the Lord gives us, or makes us special by Slocky. The Lord makes us special through His interference, divine intervention. If you, I know people have heard that term before. And basically what divine intervention is basically like when, like say for example, if something that's so out of the ordinary that should not happen, but it happens anyway. All right, that's basically what divine intervention is. So as a result of that, that's where you have the Lord getting in the way and actually manipulating events so that it's favorable. And the funny thing about that is, I just thought of another precept, is this in John chapter 9. Let's get that. John chapter 9. Let's just read it from the top. Verse 1. And as Yahawashi passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Yahawashi answered, Neither hath this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of Yahweh should be made manifest in him. Basically, what Yahawashi was saying was that the man was born blind, not because of something that he did, because blindness, obviously, it's an ailment, it's an affliction, all right? So the only reason why something like that would happen is if the Lord's mad or the Lord's punished. No, it's lucky. Well, if something bad happens and whatever, to put it on a carnal perspective, it's like, okay, well, something bad happened. We can't do anything about it. Like, we can't heal someone's blindness. All right, technically, I guess I'm assuming, but that's the thing. The Lord Yahweh, he set that up so that he could show, look, I'm making this happen so that you can see that, when it comes to me, I can do whatever. I can do anything. You just have to have faith in me and have faith that I'm going to make these things right. So it's the exact same parallel. In that exact same parallel, the Lord also does the exact same thing with us. Like, say, for example, you should have died in a car crash or whatever, but instead, what the Lord did, He made it so that you didn't get into the car crash, or maybe you were the only one that was safe in said car crash, or you were the only one that something happened where it was out of the ordinary, and that's also like in these like in the hospital, they say, oh, this person has a tumor, this person has cancer cells, or this person has this, that, and the third, or whatever. Okay, well, the Lord, he does more divine intervention and says, okay, you know what, I'm gonna stop this from happening. I'm gonna get rid of the tumor. And then the doctors are like, oh, it's a miracle. Like, it was there the first day and it was gone the second day. That's basically what the Lord does, and that's where our power comes in, because our power isn't about what we can do, although we are capable. All right, we are definitely capable. All right, our bodies are strength, and also our bodies are naturally more physically inclined. All right, yet our social position does not coincide with our physical capabilities. Okay, we're still viewed as one of the worst. Okay, which, by the way, I learned that's a result of lead poisoning or lead exposure, whatever it's called. Anyway, continuing on. Basically, the thing with that is how, with us, with us, our capabilities, our power is displayed through YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI is the one that shows us, okay, these people are amazing. These people are amazing, not just because of what we can do, what we're capable of, and our intelligence outside of any external factors such as lead poisoning. Let me actually get that so you can see, because this was actually a very surprising discovery. Here, I'm not gonna play the video, but
Stephanie Gosk, NBC News.
This Edomite woman, or Edomite looking woman, she basically breaks it down and she talks about how lead poisoning makes people dumber, and it also makes people more violent. So that's why you have a lot of Jakes, and this was all in the hoods, in the projects and whatnot, and they left it there to corrupt us and to make us, and to keep us at a disadvantage, at a social, societal, financial disadvantage in every way possible. But definitely watch this video. I'm gonna link this in the description. But as you saw, you could also go into my community post to see it. Anyway, the thing about that is how the Lord is the one that is showing us, it's showing not just us, but the whole world, these people, these Israelites, okay, that everyone looks down upon, all right, these are, even in bad situations, even in good situations, they are special to me. And let's actually get that. Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Okay, so that's over here. The Lord is over here saying that he chose us to be a special people, a special nation above all the other nations, above all the other people. Okay, so this is an example of that, where the Lord is showing special favor, doing that divine intervention. Of course, sometimes divine intervention, quote unquote, I just call it divine intervention, but sometimes divine intervention happens to other people. But again, this is all the setup that's happening. This is all for the setup. And as a matter of fact, when it comes to divine intervention happening to other nations, okay, you'll be surprised at how the Lord keeps things going a certain way. You might think that, oh, this is weird, or this is just a filler, or this is just not substantial, but actually the Lord's plan is absolute. It's flawless. Okay, you can never understand. As a matter of fact, you can never understand the Lord's way of thinking and how he moves the pieces in the exact place and at the exact right time. All right. Now, Matthew chapter 5 verse Verse 13, ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt hath lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Basically, yeah, it's where the Lord said we are the salt of the earth. The salt is that special, the most valuable substance. All right, very valuable, very important, very integral. All right, for us to lose that, and for us to lose that, that's a very big thing. It's very important to take note of, to remember, to understand. All right, now what's next? I want to go back here. Oh yeah, Slocky, I want to get this right quick. Basically, with this whole sunscreen thing, apparently our bodies are naturally resistant to the sun, of course. I mean, I knew that, but I kind of wanted to draw out how this is actually pretty amazing, because they are making simulated sunscreens. They're always trying to copy us, but the Lord biologically made us naturally resistant to that. All right, and this is the thing that just always amazes me, how this goes to show the favor. But at the same time, there are of course Israelites that look like other nations, but might not have the same quality, I guess, if you want to call it that, of melanin. But still, it's not. We are not Israelites based off melanin. I did want to kind of show and give this as an example of, like, okay, what these are some of the examples on how the Lord shows favor to us, loves us, and protects us, looks out for us, and whatnot. All right. Slakia. Continuing on, Zechariah chapter 13 verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd part shall be left therein. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. It shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. Basically, for us Israelites, okay, we're waiting for the Lord to finally return. We're waiting for the Lord to finally, deliver us, all right, from this thing where we're worshiping Him all in righteousness, and we put an end to our wickedness. We put an end to our rebellion, all that stuff. All right, Slakia. So, something to remember, something to take note of. Something to take note of, Slakia, where we are in fact the people of YAHAWAH. We are that special people that the Lord is looking out for us. The Lord is specifically, viewing us as that special, giving us the special favors, giving, protecting us, helping us, making. That's another thing. Let me get that. As a matter of fact. In Proverbs 3 verse 12, for whom the Lord loveth, He correcteth, even as a father the son in whom He delighteth. So the Lord is going to correct those that He loves. Okay, the same way that a parent is going to say, "Hey, son, daughter, whatever, don't do this. Okay, you need to do this instead. You need to have some discipline, have some morals, decorum, and all that stuff." But and that's the exact same thing with YAHAWAH, because He is our Heavenly Father. All right, so our Heavenly Father, if our earthly fathers, okay, have, well, some of them, are able to teach us right from wrong, how much more our Heavenly Father, all right, whom is perfect, all right. Joshua chapter 10, verse 11. And it came to pass, as they fled from before Israel, and were in the going down to Beth Horon, that the Lord cast down great stones from heaven upon them unto Azekah, and they died, and they were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword. Basically, this is another example of divine intervention. Right when the Israelites had went to war, the Lord made it so that he sent giant rocks, all right, giant rocks or hailstones more specifically, all right, that literally fell from the sky. It doesn't get any more divine intervention than that, than literal giant hail, giant rocks just drop down and fall to kill people, to kill the enemies of the Israelites, and more of them died from the rocks, from the hailstones, than the Israelites going to actually kill them. That's a very big thing. That just basically tells us that Yahweh fought the war for them, basically. All right. Now, finally, to end it off here, just to kind of bring it all home, that YAHAWAH is working for us, or not working for us, but working. He makes, we are special and we are above all nations simply because of his influence and his interference. That's basically, I guess, the best thing to say. But Deuteronomy 28 verse 1, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. So basically, the Lord's saying that, when we actually obey, then that's when we have all these special favors, divine intervention, and more to make it through all these hardships. But yet again, because we disobeyed, because we didn't follow after the words of Yahawadah, then that's why we're in this situation to begin with. So it's something to remember, something to take note of. Yahawadah, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Wakwak Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and ball, and shalom.